Hey everybody, and welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff. And today we are playing Love is in the TBR for the month of March. If you're new to my channel and haven't seen me play Love is in the TBR yet, that is my TBR game that I play every month. It is a board game style TBR game where I roll a dice, I move that number of spaces on the board. We have easy, medium, and hard prompts depending on the type of space we land on. We also have a couple Kiss of Death spaces on the board. If we land on one of those, we have to move back to the beginning of the board and also spin a spinner wheel full of all of the active series that I'm currently reading, and we are at the mercy of whatever the spinner wheel picks for the series that we will need to continue. So all that being said, let's hop into our very first roll because I'm super excited to pick out all of my books this month. It is Realmathon, and I joined Team Rogues, and I am just so excited for all of the fun reading this month. Roll 1, a 2, 1, 2, an O prompt, a book picked with a random number generator. All right, our first roll, we rolled a 2, so we moved 2 spaces, landing us on an O prompt, and the prompt was a book picked with a random number generator. So for this, instead of doing a random number generator, because I don't currently have my spreadsheet updated that I use for that, I instead did a spinner wheel with a handful of books that I am super excited to read right now because honestly, I just needed help picking. So the books that I put on the spinner wheel were It Should Have Been You, The Empress, Hollow, Fated Thrones, Unhinged, and The Knights of Crystallia. This is a pretty good mix. We have some fantasy, some dark romance, some middle grade on there. So um, I'm not really too worried about what it picks. All of these books I want to read, and I will probably still try to get to within the month anyway, even if they don't get picked by the spinner wheel. But whichever one the spinner wheel picks is definitely the one we will be reading for sure. So yeah, let's spin the wheel and see what we get. Ooh, okay. So we got It Should Have Been You. Let me go grab it real quick. All right, so we have It Should Have Been You by Andrea Mara. This is one of my aardvark picks from a couple months ago. And I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'd really like to. Aardvark is one of those book boxes where, like, I'm newer to it, so I'd really like to keep up on my reading of their books, before I fall behind like I inevitably do on all of my other book box subscriptions, so would really like to get this one checked off the list, and it sounds super interesting. We are following a woman who sends a text message that is meant to go to her sisters, but she accidentally sends it to, like, her neighborhood's WhatsApp group. And it's a bunch of drama about the neighborhood. And now all of a sudden she's getting death threats and people are ending up murdered and sounds super drama filled. And I'm really excited to hop into this one. Roll 2, a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A Kiss of Death. So back to the beginning of the board, and we will be spinning our spinner wheel to see what series we will be continuing. And of course, our second roll lands us on a Kiss of Death space. So we're moving back to the beginning of the board already. And we are going to have to yet again pull out our trusty spinner wheel and see uh, what series we will be continuing on in. All right, let's give it a spin. Oh, Stars and Shadows. Okay. So, Stars and Shadows series by Holly Renee. I am on book 2, so A Kingdom of Blood and Betrayal. In this one, we are following a woman who is fated mates to two princes, I believe is what they are. I don't know. It's been so long since I've read book 1. Maybe I should just reread that instead. But I'm pretty sure, like, once I get into the story, I'll remember a very good chunk of it. Like, they're not very long books. Holly Renee's writing is very, like, simple. Like, the world building isn't all that intricate. It's more smutty than anything. So I'm not really too concerned about not understanding what's happening as I go to hop back into the series. I do not have a physical copy of this one yet. This is like a kind of buy as you go series for me. So I guess, yeah, I will need to get my hands on a copy. But that being said, let's get into our third roll. Roll 3, a 3, 1, 2, 3, an X prompt. Treat your shelf. So I get to buy a new book for my shelf and read it. All right, our third roll, we rolled a 3. That landed us on an X prompt, and the prompt is treat your shelf. So just talking about needing to buy myself a book, apparently I'll be buying myself yet another book. And actually for this one, there is a book that I am going to count for this prompt because I just bought it today, actually. And that is Nettle and Bone by T. King Fisher. I'm actually reading this as a buddy read with some friends from work. Um, this one, I know that it is more of like a dark fantasy, but other than that, I don't really know a ton about it. I think there's like a demonic chicken or something, which is kind of what sold me on it when we were like picking our book out as a group. Someone said demonic chicken, and I said, say less. So that's how we landed here. Um, yeah, really excited though to check it out. This one is quite short too. I don't know why I thought it was going to be longer, but excited to read it nonetheless. And yeah, let's hop into our next roll. Roll 4, a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another X prompt, a horror or thriller pick. All right, we rolled a 4. We landed on another X prompt, and the prompt is a horror or thriller book. So for this one, I am just going to continue working on my horror bingo board challenge for this year. I'm doing so good on that. Like, I feel like I've almost completed it already, and it's only March. So like I'm really just trying to, whenever I get like a horror or thriller prompt in a game or something like that, I always try and make sure I pick a book off of that list. So for this, I am going to be picking Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. Again, another one I don't own a copy of. This one is a novella, I'm pretty sure. So I feel like I don't very often see physical copies of this one, so it might be one that's a little bit harder to get my hands on. And this is another one where I really don't know anything about the story. I assume it has to do with mannequins. And I think there's like a teenage prank gone wrong sort of thing involved in it. And honestly, for how short it is, I don't think that I want to know anything more than that going into it. I love everything by Stephen Graham Jones. I know he is not an author for everybody, but he really just I don't know, his writing just absolutely works for me. He's an auto-buy author for me completely, and I am very excited to check another one of his backlist books off of my list. I don't have that many left to read, so I'm gonna be a little bit sad when I finally do get caught up on all of his books, but yeah, really excited to read this one. Roll 5, a 2, 1, 2, a heart prompt, a book over 600 pages. All right, next up, we rolled a 2, which landed us on a heart prompt, and the prompt is a book over 600 pages. Uh, Normally a challenge for me, but right now, because of my Dungeon Crawler Carl obsession, not so difficult because boy, have these books escalated. this this book is, I think, almost 800 pages, so definitely hitting the 600-page mark and then some. But I am so excited to read The Eye of the Bedlam Bride by Matt Dinniman. This is book 6 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I just finished up book 5 yesterday, and I'm already like so ready to hit play on this one. I You guys know how obsessed I am with the series. I talk about it in pretty much every video. It just consumes my life now. I was just saying, like, I only have this book and then what, one more after this to read, and then his new book doesn't come out until I think it's May. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I'm gonna have to like just start a reread again. Uh, or go back and read some of his backlist. He does have a small backlist, so I am excited. I'm also excited to start checking out some more other lit RPG series, just because my love for this one has been so immense, and I have checked out a few other books, since starting this that are also considered lit RPGs and really enjoyed them, so yeah. I really I can't even explain how much I love the series and how like eye-opening of an experience it's been reading something like this because I really didn't think I would like it, and it's like just become my new obsession. It's I think about it all the time. So yeah, really excited to be continuing here. Roll 6, a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an O. Try a new author. All right, our sixth roll, we rolled a 5 that landed us on an O prompt, and the prompt is to try a new author. And for this, I'm actually picking up another buddy read, and that is going to be apparently Sir Cameron Needs to Die by Greer Stothers. I didn't really know anything about this when I picked it up, other than Caitlin Rosakis blurbed it, and I absolutely loved her book, and that's honestly all the more I needed to know. Like, if she blurbed it, I'm gonna give it a try because I loved her writing. And I'm hoping that there is the same like level of dark kind of humor in here with like the whimsy and the wit and amazing characters. And yeah, I'm expecting a lot, so I'm hoping I'm not kind of ruining it for myself by expecting so much going into it. But we're following a knight who basically, in order to save himself from danger, has to be turned into a vulture. And I'm kind of intrigued by that because that seems weird and silly. And like, he's a knight, so shouldn't he be fighting for survival? But like, whatever. I don't know. I'm here for it. It seems goofy. And also, like this beautiful edition with the foiling on the cover and the sprayed edges. I got this from Barnes and Noble today as well. So really excited to be checking this one out. We will be buddy reading it over in the Love and Horror Discord. So if you want to join us on buddy reading this one, the link is down in the description below. we would love to have you over there. We talk about books and games and movies, and we chat over there all day long. So we would love to have you if you want to join us over in Discord. Roll 7, a 2. We are off the board. All right, guys, that is my TBR for the month of March. I definitely wanted to leave room for some mood reading this month, especially with Realmathon. I wanted to, leave some room open on the TBR for when plans change with like team building and planning. Um, and also just I've been really enjoying just being able to take time to like stop and read what I want if the mood strikes me, like not filling my TBR so much where like I don't have time to read anything else. So this has been working really well for me. It's really been getting me back in the groove of reading again. So I think I'm going to try to continue doing that, like not overcommitting myself on my TBR games and that kind of thing. So, yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you plan on reading this month. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.